you for logging on to this broadcast of high school sports on WellsCountyVoice.com. WellsCountyVoice.com, an online service that allows fans and parents to watch high school sports live anywhere and anytime that's convenient for your schedule. As always, we encourage you to go to the games and support the students, but when you simply can't, we're glad you're here with us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game, so please support these businesses whenever you can. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
On the campus of Warsaw High School from the Tiger Den, welcome to another production of Norwell Lady Knights basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. Good evening, friends, and welcome aboard. I'm Derek Decker. My partner Phil Fink will join me in a moment. Lady Knights basketball is back for another season, the 25th, under head coach Eric Thornton, who comes into tonight with a record of 390 wins and 178 losses. His illustrious career last year, of course, was capped off with a semi-state appearance and loss to South Bend, Washington. But the program claimed its fourth ever regional title at Belmont last season. They're coming off a season-opening victory down in Converse with a win over Oak Hill on Wednesday night, 72-23, in a game they absolutely dominated. But this is a new-look Norwell team. A couple of 1,000-point scorers for the Knights graduated last year with Maya Shelton and Kaylee Filling, both on to greener pastures, now playing in college basketball in the NAIA. And, of course, there's a couple of kids that are looking to fill that role. That's not an easy role or an easy ask to fill, so this is a much more young-looking Norwell club this season. And Coach Thornton said before the season, hey, when we're talking about the sophomores, it brings me back to the group that we just had last year, and the last time we had a group come through. Said this very well might be an even more talented group of sophomores and underclassmen that look to get a huge chunk of the playing time over the course of the season. This Norwell team finished 23-6 last year. As mentioned, that fourth ever regional title, second under head coach Eric Thornton since he took over the program 25 seasons ago. But it's a team that this year looks, at least early on, to be more defensive focused. That's where their strength is. They do return their big Skyla Tomasek as we kind of set up this season overall for you. You are listening to the Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show. Billy Ann Supper Pub is located in downtown Bluffton and is your local choice for Tex-Mex, some of the best burgers in the area, and some of the best American food as well. It's Billy Ann Supper Pub located in downtown Bluffton. The Tigers, on the flip side of the coin, are a very similar group to Norwell. They lost a couple of their key returners. This is the 47th season of Warsaw Lady Tiger basketball, state champions in 1976, 1978. Fifth year under head coach Lenny Krebs. They casually refer to him as Coach K, who is just under 500 in 19 years overall as a head coach. He spent a lot of years at Goshen, coached against him in the sectional, and a Fairfield High School graduate, played at Grace College nearby here in Warsaw, but has never won a sectional in his 19 years as a head coach. He's also never had a losing record, though, at Warsaw. They just have not been able to get over the hump in the tournament when it matters most. We're about 8 minutes from tip-off. Starting lineups here tonight. We'll step aside for our first break of the evening. We'll return with the balance of the Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show after this. You're listening to Norwell Lady Knights basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
American Mortgage Service Company, located at 1169 North Main Street in Bluffton. We specialize in helping individuals realize their dream of homeownership by providing a top-notch, best mortgage experience. We offer a wide variety of loan programs and the most current rates available.
Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 260-353-3000 or apply online at bluffton.americanmortgage.com. This is not an offer for the extension of credit or a commitment to lend. American Mortgage, NMLS ID 8246. Angie Top, NMLS ID 478736. Jessica Best, NMLS ID 613932. American Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare Medicare Supplement, Health, Life, and Long-Term Care Plans. 260-824-8175. Stefan Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Tim Stefan is a registered associate of Thurston Springer Financial, is doing business as Stefan Financial Group. Tim Stefan and Stefan Financial Group are independent of Thurston Springer Financial.
In business since 1981, Barkley Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barkley Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barkley Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barkley Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barkley Builders, Inc. Barkley Built, forever home.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is there to background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. If you've ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain, Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension, Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Back here at the Tiger Den pregame, Derek Decker alongside Phil Fink. And prior to tonight's game, I talked to Norwell head coach Eric Thornton about a quick season preview and what's going to be important in tonight's contest. Take a listen.
All right, Coach, first time this year. Thanks a lot for being here. First of all, I want to ask about your young group. You've got a group now and a lot of turnover. You lose 3 of your best seniors in program history. What kind of kids are you looking at to replace that talent here tonight?
It's been a group that I've watched for a long time, a lot of years, back when they were in 3rd grade even, and Coach Reinhardt had gotten them going, and have enjoyed just following them and just seeing the potential there and just how much they love the game. So I think that's important. Not everybody's going to love the game. I don't think that's realistic, but there's a lot of kids in that class that are gritty. They're good at what they do. They're skilled. They're very team-oriented, and they want to win. That's very important to them. And I do think that those kids love the game, and I think they're great additions to our upperclassmen, and we need them.
Coach, this is a Warsaw team that came in last year. They're in a very similar situation here coming into this year. They lost a couple of key pieces, but they return a couple of key pieces as well. What's going to be important to get the win tonight on the road?
Sander's so good inside that we really have to front her as well as we can and then try to keep her off the board. She's a quick jumper. She's very strong and skilled. Krebs is a great shooter. We've got to stay connected to her on the perimeter and know where she is. And then, Stevens, another senior that came off the bench and played well in stretches against us last year. She'll be in the starting lineup for them. So, this is their first game. We don't know a lot about them other than those 3 kids from past history, and those are 3 good seniors to start with.
All right, Coach Thornton, right before the game, thanks so much.
Thanks, Derek.
That was head coach Eric Thornton prior to tonight's contest, and now we bring in my longtime friend and partner, Phil Fink. Fink, welcome to the broadcast. Glad to have you along here tonight, and we're looking forward to what should be an outstanding non-conference matchup here in Warsaw tonight.
Well, thanks for the invite. It's always great to watch any Indiana high school basketball. Indiana is known for its high school basketball and its college basketball, so it's going to be fun, and we've worked alongside each other for many years on the baseball diamond.
Yes, we have.
So let's see how it goes tonight watching some high school basketball.
Yeah, and we'll see how it translates to the mic as well. But we are wrapping up our Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show. Once again, so glad you could join us here tonight, either on YouTube or on the Champions Network. Norwell and Warsaw about to tip it off. Tigers playing their season opener here at the Tiger Den tonight. We'll join the public address announcer shortly for tonight's starting lineups. Norwell, of course, as mentioned earlier, got that victory by 49 points on the road at Oak Hill on Wednesday evening. Both these teams have high aspirations. Warsaw lost last year in the sectional. Once again, mentioned that Lenny Krebs has never won a sectional in the history of his programs, either at Goshen or here at Warsaw. But Norwell, of course, is riding that big streak of sectionals. They've had so many of those over the recent years. They had a streak of 7 straight for a while. Coach Thornton has had tremendous success in Class 3A. And we'll have to step aside first for our national anthem, and we'll return with the starting lineups after this.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Welcome back to the Tiger Den. Once again, tonight is an audio-only broadcast thanks to Warsaw regulations, but we're happy to be here with you for the first time this season on The Voice. Let's join the public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups.
Starting at forward, number 10, Kennedy Fielding. At guard, number 12, Mackenzie Tolliver. At guard, number 14, Emily Todd. At guard, number 23, Annabelle Johnson. And at forward, number 32, Skylar Thomason. The Lady Knights are coached by Eric Thornton, assisted by Jason Fish and Mandy Cobb. And now for the Lady Tigers. Starting at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 5, Zoe Ferguson. Starting at guard, 5'6" senior, number 11, Amy Stevens. Starting at forward, 5'4", Starting at forward, 6'2" senior, number 31, Sanders. Guard, 5'9" senior, number 35, Caitlin Fred.
Once again, those starters for both teams. For Norwell, it's Filling, Tolliver, Todd, Johnson, and Tomasek. For head coach Eric Thornton, 390 and 178 in his 25th season at Norwell. For Warsaw, it's Lenny Krebs in his 5th year at Warsaw, a record of 64 and 32, 194 and 206 overall in 19 seasons. And the starters Bergen, Stevens, Egolf, Saner, and Kaislyn Krebs. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night here, early season basketball. This has always been a fun series. The home team has won the last 3 in this series. The visiting team actually won the first 4 games in the series as we enter the 8th year of the contract in this non-conference battle between these two outstanding and always highly touted basketball programs. Norwell's in the visiting road gray. Alternate grays here tonight with the dark navy numbers with gold trim. Skyla Tomasak will tip it up in the center circle against Abby Taylor. And that's actually Abby Saner. And Saner will win the tip, and Warsaw will go right to left here tonight. Again, we are audio only tonight due to Warsaw rules, and it's Warsaw in the home white moving towards us here tonight from kind of west to east is the best way to describe it. Looking for a back cut, that's Krebs driving down the left side of the lane, kicks it back out, and they'll reset top of the key 30 seconds in to our non-conference matchup here tonight. Driving right wing, that's Zoe Bergen who has it, kicks it out. Krebs will try a straightaway 3 and bury it. Kaislyn Krebs was the top 3-point shooting team on this, top 3-point shooting player, should say, on this group a season ago, and Warsaw starts up ahead 45 seconds in. This is Kennedy Filling driving into the lane, driving kick out to Tolliver, shot fakes, puts it on the deck, trying to drive against Stevens and has to reverse it to the top of the key. Point guard Annabelle Johnson driving down the lane, flipping it up off the glass and in for a deuce. And it's 3-2, and both teams score on their opening possession. Just over 60 seconds in, as Warsaw will try to walk it across the timeline. Norwell comes out in a zone defense here tonight. And in the short corner, that pass intended for Abby Saner and knocked out by Mackenzie Tolliver, and Warsaw will keep it in front of the Norwell fans on the opposite side. Inbound baseline, and not even with the volleyball line that cuts across the middle of the floor. As again, they work right to left here tonight. Norwell tries to double. Stevens out top. Now baseline it goes to Saner. Saner finds Egolf in the middle. Passes a little bit wild, and there's a foul called as both Filling and Tomasek were in there to tie up Egolf, but a little bit too much arm from Kennedy Filling, and she gets nailed with a personal. About 90 seconds in here tonight. It's 3-2. Warsaw on top of Norwell. Stevens gets the inbounds pass, drives into the lane, tries to shoot off the back iron. Tomasek hits the deck. It was no good. Offensive rebound for Stevens. That shot's no good as well, and then Stevens was on the baseline as she tried to track down a second offensive rebound on that set, and Norwell will get the basketball back. Pretty fast-paced, Fink. As we mentioned, this is always a couple of teams that like to push the pace in high school basketball.
Defense is looking really good for Norwell. They're getting good help side defense on the ball movement from Warsaw.
Filling top of the key. Working towards the lane, slithers in and lays it in off the glass. Kennedy Filling with her first deuce of the contest, and she puts Norwell up 4-3. Norwell once again working that zone defense here early on in the game tonight. Zoe Bergen fires a chest pass underneath to Saner, but that pass had too much mustard on it, goes off her fingertips out of bounds, and that's a second consecutive Warsaw turnover. So Norwell gets the basketball back, leading 4-3. just over 2 minutes in. Annabelle Johnson will walk it across for the Knights, the brand new point guard for Norwell this season. Here's a corner three for Tolliver that's off the heel, rebounded by Abby Sander, and the Knights are one and done. Bailey Stevens driving the opposite direction, cut off by Johnson, leaves it for Sander out top of the key. Sander's stuck near the elbow, guarded by Tomasek, and she releases to Stevens out in the back of the front court as she dribbles between the circles. There's an interior pass intended for Stevens, broken up by Tomasek, and it will go out of bounds. And Tomasek fronting, staying in front of Abby Sander early on. The 6'2 senior is the biggest player on the floor, and Tomasek's really the only one that can compete with her size-wise. Stevens keys the inbounds, flips it into Sander, and she is tied up on the way up, and that's a jump ball and another turnover. 3 consecutive possessions have resulted in Warsaw turnovers. So you can hear Coach Thornton calling out a play as Norwell runs that dribble drive offense up a point here on the road. That's Annabelle Johnson in the lane, dumps it off for Tomasek, and she goes up strong and hacked by Abby Sander. In the process, she'll earn a trip to the line. It's definitely a key to look at throughout the contest here tonight is, will Abby Sander stay out of foul trouble? It's Warsaw's best inside presence, the team's leading returning scorer and rebounder. And Tomasek has her first free throw, rim no good, just a 52% foul shooter a season ago. A Norwell team, though, that set a program record at 72% as a club overall. Tomasek bends the knees, eyes the second one, and she will split the pair. And she has her first point here tonight. And it's 5-3 Knights, 3 minutes in. Warsaw in the white, moving towards us. We're located on the baseline here tonight on the second level. Egolf is stuck in the corner, finds Sander on a cutting pass. Her pass is deflected out top for Krebs. Norwell's had a lot of success here early on deflecting passes in that 1-3-1 zone. Krebs is stuck in the far corner, and she will release it out top. Now between the circles, it's Bergen who puts it on the deck. Down low it goes Egolf. Sander drives baseline, and she draws a foul on Emily Todd as she was moving toward the basket, and she will earn a trip to the stripe.
Foul number 14, Todd. Her first, team second.
So Sander will step to the line, 63% shooter last year. Sander has committed to trying as she hits the first one. Draw Warsaw a little bit closer. We see our first sub of the night, and it's Mackenzie Feast for the Knights. Feast, the 5'5 sophomore. Coach Thornton said she's going to surprise some people this year. And she has a chance to prove that here tonight. Had a nice opening contest at Oak Hill as the second free throw rim's no good for Sander, and the Knights hold the lead at 5-4. They push the pace in transition. Tolliver slices into the lane, kicks it out where Kennedy Filling will fire a cross-court pass. Feast gets into the game, shoots a three from the right wing. It's long, but Filling tracks down the offensive rebound. Tolliver left open, left wing three off the mark as well, and Sander clears the board for Warsaw. So 2 good looks from the perimeter from Norwell, but they're unable to connect on either one. And their 1-point lead will stay at 1 halfway through the first quarter. Back towards us as Zoe Bergen handles it on the left wing for Warsaw in the white. Top of the key, Egolf against Annabelle Johnson. Egolf is cut off by Johnson, couldn't penetrate farther than the free throw line. Kaislyn Krebs uses a screen from Sander, steps into a 16-foot shot that's off the front of the rim, and the rebound taken down by Skyla Tomasek. Off to Tolliver, and now Kennedy Filling quickly in the front court for the Knights. And Filling is bumped by Kaislyn Krebs on the perimeter, and that'll draw a foul. So Krebs picks up her first personal. A couple of fouls apiece here in this first quarter. And into the game for Warsaw is the 5'7 freshman Abby Peterson. This is a young group, as we mentioned. There's a lot of youth on both of these squads that look to make an impact here tonight. Show and go from Kennedy Filling on the inbounds pass. On the fake handoff, but nobody closely guarding. Warsaw has settled into a zone as well. It's kind of morphing between a 3-2 and a 1-2-2 with Krebs playing the top of the point. 3:20 left in the first quarter. Around the perimeter it goes. Tolliver cross-court pass to Kennedy Filling. One dribble, slides it left to Feast, who slides it back to Tolliver and Filling once again right wing. A shot fake and off to Feast, top of the key. No penetration on this possession. It's been the 3 guards touching the basketball as Johnson roams the middle. Tolliver flips it outside. Tomaszek will try a corner 3. She didn't try many of those last year. Misses. Offensive rebound, Johnson, and her putback no good. Third chance for the Knights at the ball on the deck. Feast off to Tomaszek, and she will draw a foul. Skyla Tomaszek working hard on that possession, and she earns a trip to the line.
Good hustle on the boards for the offensive side. Leads to a foul and double free throws for Norwell.
Tomaszek split the pair her first time at the stripe, and looks to be more aggressive for this group as compared to last year. Tomaszek had moments and obviously has the size, one of the bigger players and the stronger interior players in the Northeast 8 Conference. And her first free throw is good. Give Norwell a 2-point lead. Not a lot of subs in this quarter. We talked about Norwell going about 8 deep over the course of the season. Tomaszek a couple of dribbles here at the Tiger Den as she will eye the second one, floats it off the back heel, and grabs her own rebound off the miss and then dribbles it off her foot and out of bounds. So had an opportunity, and she is 2 for 4 here from the stripe early on. Handful of free throws from both sides, and both sides have taken advantage of that. Caitlin Krebs will inbound in the backcourt as Norwell will apply pressure. Just under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Sander has it, but she's not the one that wants to bring it across, so she'll outlet to Stevens, who gets it into the front court for Warsaw. Slides it left. Peterson will try to drive against Johnson. Peterson lost the handle, but it's picked up by Stevens, and the possession save for Warsaw. Stevens slides it right. That's Caitlin Krebs in the corner. Krebs uses a screen from Bergen, and gets it back from Peterson. Now Krebs will step into a 3 from the left wing, no good. Rebound Tomaszek for the Knights. Caitlin Krebs has not been able to find one in the bottom of the net yet, at least from distance, and it has hurt the Tigers to this point. Actually, I take that back. She did have the 1-3 early on. That's the only 3 for the Tigers so far. Mackenzie Feast from the right corner, and she buries the 3 to put the Knights up 9-4. Outstanding look from Mackenzie Feast, who only took 9 threes all of last season, but she puts Norwell up by 5, their largest lead of this first quarter. Sander catches in the short corner and fires a rainbow cross-court pass to Stevens. Stevens drives against Tomaszek, has her shot blocked. Loose ball comes out to Krebs for the Tigers. Sander took a look at the 3 but didn't take it, and they'll give it out. Stevens will fire a 3 and hit it from the left corner. And Bailey Stevens, the 26% shooter from distance last year, has her first triple, and she draws Warsaw back to within a deuce. She's off to Lawrence Tech to continue her basketball career next year. 1:20 left in the first quarter, 9-7 Knights. Tomaszek, short corner left against Sander. She will kick it back out to Filling, off to Feast, same spot, and a different result as it goes off the heel. And a high rebound corralled by Sander as the Tigers have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. 60 seconds left in the quarter. Sander from the free throw line on a firing pass from Bergen, and she gets the friendly home roll, and she ties the game at 9 here in this first quarter. So Abby Sander has her first bucket from the field, and it is 9 apiece. As the Knights, this is not a situation, see some teams like to bleed the clock down. That's not what Norwell's looking to do. Tolliver from the right wing. If that happens, then it does, but that's not likely to happen. Johnson is stuck at the high post. She will throw a bounce pass back out to Tolliver, and Filling will reset the possession with 27 seconds left in the corner. Feast has been a free firer here in this first quarter, and she hits a left wing 3, her second triple of the quarter. Mackenzie Feast with 2 threes. She only made 3 of them all last season, and she has the Knights back up 3 with 10 seconds left in the first quarter. In the front court, it's Stevens working against Filling. She gets it off to Bergen with 5 seconds. Bergen between the circles, nowhere to go. 1 second left. Stevens doesn't know the clock, and the quarter will expire before the Tigers are able to get a shot off, and that will bring the first quarter to a close. Pretty fast-paced and exciting first quarter. Knights lead by 3 after 1 on The Voice.
is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Back at the Tiger Den in Warsaw, audio-only broadcast on The Voice tonight. Norwell leads 12-9 after one. Derek Decker with Phil Fink tonight. And Fink, a pretty balanced first quarter, but really the storyline that emerged in the back half of that quarter was Mackenzie Feast coming off the bench for Norwell and making a couple of threes.
Yeah, it was definitely a heater for Norwell there. And one thing I've noticed defensively for Norwell is out of their zone, they're creating some double-team traps, which is slowing down the ball movement of Warsaw Tigers a little bit. Whereas on the defensive side for Warsaw, they're focusing more on they're not getting the traps, so Norwell's getting quicker passes off and allowing those open three looks for Norwell to fall.
Warsaw will start the second quarter with the basketball, working towards us here tonight. We're situated on the baseline above Norwell's bench in the northeast corner of the Tiger Den here in Warsaw. 12-9 Knights after one. Stevens will walk it across the timeline as Brooke Winchester has checked into the game, the 6-foot freshman for Warsaw. She was open on that play, but making a tough play. Lily Norris getting after it. She just teched into the game as well as she knocked it towards center court and then tied up Krebs, and that's a turnover.
The hustle defense by Norwell is definitely creating more opportunities for them early on.
No doubt about it. And Lily Norris coming off the bench for the Knights, the 5'7" sophomore. Talk about the youth for both of these programs. Annabelle Johnson not on the floor to start the quarter. Also on the floor for the Knights is the 5'10" sophomore Haley Green. So a lot of different kids getting looks, and she gets a wide open pass on a bouncer from Lily Norris, and she was wide open from the left side of the bucket, and she lays it in to make it 14-9. On the reverse side of the floor, Kaislyn Krebs is left open in transition. The Knights were a little bit slow getting back, and she buries her second three of the first half. 14-12, Knights on top with 7:15 left in the first half. That's Kennedy Filling off to Tolliver on the left wing. Tolliver backing down inside on Winchester. Couldn't get it to go, too strong off the glass. And a silly foul 85 feet away from the basket, getting her hand caught in the cookie jar against Sander on the rebound. So Tolliver will be nailed with her first personal. It is the third against the Knights, both teams with 3 fouls in this first half. Most of them have been shooting fouls, though, to this point. Minute into the second quarter, it's 14-12. Lady Knights quickly down the floor, pushing Pace Stevens. And her pass was head high for Sander. It went through her hands and was a little bit too hot for Sander to handle. Warsaw has struggled taking care of the basketball here in this first half. They've had a handful of turnovers. The Knights have been pretty clean with the basketball at this point. They've gotten off more shots. Tolliver hands it off. Filling dribbles it off her knee, and back it goes to the Tigers just like that. Krebs will jog it across the timeline. Flips it back for Stevens, who's out near center court, guarded by the sophomore Lily Norris. Off to Winchester, who drives it right, cut off by Filling, looking for somebody to hand it off to, and does on a looping pass to Krebs. 30 seconds into the possession as Stevens will back it back out. Count is on against Norris. Crossover dribble between the legs. Tries to feed Krebs going down the side of the lane. She'll give it in to Sander, caught it on the low block, turns and missed it off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound, Peterson, who gets it back out to Krebs. Norris over pursued. Krebs steps into a left wing three, no good, off the front of the rim, and it bounces once and then into the arms of Tolliver on the defensive rebound. Tolliver will push pace, leaves it for Norris for a three, and she hit it, but a travel is called in transition, and Eric Thornton was not pleased with that call. Takes away a three. Kind of get a little bit of the explanation there. Haley Green and Norris will check out, but good minutes again showcased by the youth for the Lady Knights despite the turnover. 5:56 left, quarter number 2. 14-12, Norwell's led here for the vast majority of this first half. It's been tight, though, all the way through, as we expected here tonight, in this non-conference road game here for the Lady Knights. Stevens has been in for the entire game so far. Winchester catches on the top of the key, drives against Filling. Outlet pass, and that's Krebs who hits another three. And Caitlin Krebs starting to heat up as she hits her third tray of the first half to give Warsaw the first lead in a while. And on the reverse side, a top of the key three for Mackenzie Feast, and she buries her third three of the first half. And now these teams starting to heat up as Norwell quickly retakes the lead 17-15. Mackenzie Feast, off the bench, has already equaled her three-point total from last year with 3 in this first half. Crossover dribbles Stevens, slides it left to Bergen against Johnson. Bergen with a silly pass to Feast, who picks it off in the corner, and now Filling and the Knights have a 3-on-2. Tolliver will back it out, though, as the Knights didn't have good flow on that offensive set. Feast puts it on the deck, drives right side of the lane, has it stripped by Stevens, and that's a turnover and a nice clean strip by Stevens. Sander controlled it, and back come the Tigers the opposite way. Stevens toward the top of the key, uses a screen from Sander, show and go, and Stevens drives down the lane through contact and banks it in to tie us at 17. Bailey Stevens averaged 7 points last year. She has 5 here in the early going. We're all square at 17 in this first half. Mackenzie Tolliver in the right corner for the Knights. Will hand it off to Johnson down the lane. Johnson is bumped prior to getting a shot off. First foul in a while. It's our first stoppage in a while, as a matter of fact. This first half has had nice flow all the way through.
Some very fast-paced action the last few minutes.
No doubt. That foul was called against Brooke Winchester, I think. Kennedy Filling will head to the bench for the first time tonight. She's replaced by Emily Todd. Foul was indeed against Winchester. Just a freshman coming in, obviously a brand new face in this Warsaw team. They had a short discussion at the scorers table. It's the 4th foul against the Lady Tigers in this first half. 4 apiece now. It's been even all the way throughout. Johnson keying the inbounds off the Feast. Left corner 3 try, no good, long. Todd keeps the rebound alive, but it's batted into the arms of Caitlin Krebs, and back come the Tigers, tied at 17. Krebs against Johnson. She will call for a screen from Winchester, uses it as she drives to the right, behind the back dribble, back to Winchester, left point 3, and she buries it. The freshman, Winchester, puts Warsaw back on top by 3. Good-looking freshman, nice length, and she was confident on that 3-point shot. Halfway through the second quarter, Norwell trails by 3 on the road. Feast, top of the key between the circles. An extra dribble. Tolliver, a deep left wing 3, and she got the pank. And she ties us at 20. Mackenzie Tolliver, a 35% shooter last year from distance, and she has her first bucket of the half. And back again, tied at 20. Man, we have had a back-and-forth first half and a lot of ties in a fast-paced first couple of quarters. Brooke Winchester slides it right. That's Zoe Bergen who's into the game. Check that, Abby Peterson, the freshman. So freshman to freshman. A handful of freshmen on the floor for Warsaw. Winchester will loop a pass into Sander, who tips it to herself. Missed the layup that it rolled in and out of the cup, and it comes off to Johnson on the rebound. Missed opportunity there for Sander, who was pretty open for a long time on that possession. Tolliver spin dribble into the lane, kicks it out. Johnson tries a 3 and hits it.
And the 3 ball is heating up here tonight, Derek.
Annabelle Johnson has her first triple. She only scored 4 points at the varsity level last year. It's been the youth here in this first half for both squads. 23-20 Norwell. Lenny Krebs is on the floor calling for a timeout. He will get a 30, and we will take a 30 alongside him and be right back on WellsCountyVoice.com.
You've heard of Seize the Day, right? Well, this month you can pay the day at the YMCA. Join the Y on October 30th and pay $30 for the entire month. If you wait to the 31st, you pay $31. The sooner you join, the less you pay. Get your family connected to healthy activities in a clean, safe environment with a membership to the Y. Save big with Pay the Day at the YMCA, now through October 31st. Visit fwymca.org for details. Offer valid at YMCA's in Allen, Whitley, and Wells County. Some restrictions apply.
Back here at the Tiger Den, orthopedic capital of the world, Warsaw, Indiana, 23-20. Norwell on top of the homestanding Lady Tigers in Warsaw's season opener. Knights have 1 game under their belt. Honestly, though, Phil, this has been a pretty clean game, all things considered. Handful of silly turnovers, but the 3 balls has really gone down for the vast majority of the second quarter for both squads.
Started off great defensively, and then it's transitioned into a fast-paced offensive ball game.
Bailey Stevens receives the inbounds pass. The Knights will extend the defense again as they settle back in to what looks like a 1-3-1. And it's filling at the top. Skyla Tomaszek got her hand on that pass. Between the legs dribble for Caitlin Krebs. Krebs gets it back, fires a right point three, and buries it. Caitlin Krebs can't miss in this first half. We know she's highly touted off to UIndy, but she's got 4 threes in this first half. Emily Todd tries to answer, and she does from the right wing with a three of her own.
Three ball is falling tonight, Derek.
Emily Todd, man, a huge chunk of the offense in this first half has been thanks to the three ball for both teams. 26-23. Krebs has more than half of Warsaw's first half offensive output. Stevens drives, cut off by Feast, trying to penetrate down the right side of the lane. Stevens lost her dribble, gives it off to Krebs once again, top of the key. Krebs a between the legs dribble and back to Stevens, way out near the center circle. In fact, a step into the center circle. Off to Winchester, and now Krebs once again around the perimeter. Good defensive set here by the Knights, one of the longer possessions of this second quarter. Stevens stuck out at the free throw line. Krebs, a shot fake, puts it on the deck, steps into a 10-footer from the short corner, rims it no good. Sander the offensive rebound, and she is hacked on the board. A couple of Lady Knights had her hands in there. No free throws coming here, and I think the foul went against Tomaszek for the Knights, and that's her first. 5th against Norwell in this first half. Stevens will draw the inbounds for Warsaw, standing on the A, and that's a travel, or 5 seconds. So Stevens really had difficulty getting the ball inbounds, in fact never did. The Knights drew the 5-second count, but she shifted her feet underneath, so it could have been either a walk or a 5-second call. Either way, it's a turnover, and Tolliver will bring it across for the Knights inside of 90 seconds to go in this first half. It's been an entertaining one.
Very much so, Derek, very much so.
Emily Todd on the center logo will give it off to Feast, who puts it on the deck. Feast will try a right point three and bury it. She swirls it home, and the Knights have their largest lead of the first half at 6. Mackenzie Feast has her 4th three of the first half. 29-23 with a minute left in the second quarter. Bailey Stevens, the point guard for Warsaw, against Feast. And Stevens tries to drive baseline. She's doubled, picked up by Todd with the help defense.
Oh, definitely.
And she is fouled by Emily Todd.
I believe I saw a little bit of a walk before the foul, but ref saw the foul first, so that's what matters, I guess.
Stevens got caught in a double there, and Todd got a little bit too aggressive with the hands, and it's her second foul of the first half. It is the 6th against the Lady Knights, so the next one will put Warsaw in the bonus. But there's only 51 seconds left in the first half. Stevens once again will trigger the inbounds for Warsaw. Boy, Krebs hit the deck, and long inbounds pass comes to the freshman Peterson out near midcourt. Peterson calls out a play with 45 seconds left in the half. Peterson drives left side of the lane, bounce pass to Sander, into the lane. Sander with a 5-footer, in and out, and the rebound to Mackenzie Feast, who will slow things down for just a beat as the Knights try to catch their breath. Feast, dribble drive, and Kennedy filling a behind-the-back dribble from the right wing, and now Johnson will back it out, direct traffic with 25 on the clock. Feast slides it left. Dribble drive offense right now for the Knights. Not looking for a shot. 15 seconds. Cross-court pass Johnson. Behind-the-back dribble. Johnson dumps it out down low, and Tomaszek draws the foul.
Very good hustle from Norwell right now, I think, is what is giving them the early first half lead here.
Abby Sander picks up her second foul, too, and that's a big one for Warsaw. Tomaszek now 2 of 5 at the stripe as the first one goes off the heel and no good. Again, just a 52% shooter last season for Norwell. In fact, she's the only one to take free throws for the Knights in this first half. Second one on the way and also no good. Peterson grabs the rebound. Knights come up empty on that possession. 7 seconds left. No numbers for Warsaw, but Sander gets behind the defense, lets defenders fly over and lays it in to draw it back to 4. Feast launches a half quarter that's a little bit late, and the first half will come to an end.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around. just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
And lightning, rock and roll, even peanut butter and jelly. There are some things in this world that just naturally seem to go together. At Farmers and Merchant State Bank, it's you and us. That's why at F&M, we're always ready to partner with you on all your financial needs, from checking and savings to auto loans and more. Now that's pretty black and white. Farmers and Merchants, you and us. Learn more at fm.bank, member FDIC.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255. Do you have the power to move your career? AAM's Bluffton manufacturing facility is quickly growing and looking for machine operators, assembly workers, and more to join them as they deliver power to move the world. Opportunities offer competitive wages, full benefits package, shift premiums, immediate paid time off, 11 paid holidays, and endless opportunities for growth and development. At AAM Bluffton Manufacturing Facility, the power starts with our people. Apply today. www.aam.com/Bluffton or call 260-824-6870. That's 824-6870 for more information.
Good evening, football fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, my job is to help our clients plan for and adjust to the unexpected in life. That may be a change in employment status, a change in the tax code, or rising inflation. At Shelton Financial, our process, called the One Life Formula, is designed to help you work through the questions, concerns, and unexpected that may happen in your life. To schedule a time to discuss with us, please call our office at 260-436-7006 or visit our website at sheltonfinancial.com. Nathan Shelton, investment advisor representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
As with any home improvement project, there are multiple decisions to be made that can sometimes seem daunting. Recently, Scott and I were ready for a kitchen makeover and contacted Dave Brenneman with Double D Home Improvement, by far the easiest decision we made. We have worked with Dave with multiple projects over the years, but this was by far the biggest. Dave worked with us, not for us, and made the project better than I could have imagined. He gave me my dream kitchen. He helped with all of the decision-making process and offered suggestions we hadn't even thought of. If you are thinking about a home improvement project, call Dave Brenneman at Double D Home Improvement, 824-8593. That's 824-8593.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Back here at the Tiger Den in Warsaw, Derek Decker with Phil Fink. And Phil, As we mentioned several times throughout that first half, it was a pretty fast-paced back-and-forth half, but Norwell has the 4-point edge. What stood out to you for both teams in that first half?
Well, what stood out for me is obviously you look down there, you see that Warsaw has the size advantage.
Right.
But what's really helped Norwell in this is the hustle, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They've hustled over with that zone. They've got a couple traps, which has slowed down the ball movement for the Tigers. And on the other side of the ball, the Tigers haven't gotten the traps, which has allowed more ball movement, more open looks for Norwell, and Norwell's taken advantage early on.
Yeah, both these teams had let the threes fly. Warsaw made 6 threes in that first half, and Norwell made 7 of them. So that was the bulk of the offense for both groups as Norwell leads 29-25. The Knights are back in action on Tuesday night when they travel to Mississinawa. Oh, I take that back. They actually have their home opener against Mississinawa. That'll be at the Castle, and they'll play Angola on Saturday. Warsaw has Manchester here coming up here in a few days, and they've got Tippy Valley on the road. Last year, this was a game where it did not stay tight. Norwell extended the lead early. They led 26-17 at the break, and then Norwell led by a whopping 45-26, 19-point margin heading into the fourth quarter. But Warsaw cut it to 3 late in the game. They had it back to within 1 possession before Norwell made a few free throws and held on 55-47 at the Castle. Well, we've had a lot of ties, a few lead changes here in this first half tonight, and we'll see if that trend continues in just a couple of minutes when the third quarter starts here on WellsCountyVoice.com.
We're here at Craigville Appliance celebrating the boys of fall. We love football season at Craigville Appliance. But with that being said, we know that sometimes it's a rainy, muddy day and you got to do the laundry when you get home. We know laundry stinks, but at Craigville Appliance, we've got the tools to take care of you. Come to Craigville Appliance or tell your friends to come over. We got brands like LG, Speed Queen, Maytag, Electrolux. The list goes on and on. Come to Craigville Appliance or check us out online at cappliance.com. That's C as in cat, appliance.com.
Imagine a place where you could live independently with support close by if needed. A place where you feel secure, stress-free, and with friends next door. A place where you're just a few steps away from assistance, nursing, or even rehabilitation services. A place where a team of professionals work every day to provide everything you need and care for you just like family. This is ASEAN Assisted Living, where you're close to home but far from ordinary.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction.
You can contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 260-414-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, C-A-T-H-I-E, .Peterson at SteffenGRP.com.
Back here at the Tiger Den, just moments away from the start of the third quarter. Derek Decker with Phil Fink. So glad you could join us for this audio-only broadcast here tonight. But we're happy to be with you here anyways. Talking before the game, happy that this game now happens on a Saturday night. It's a pretty hefty trip, but it's worth the drive each and every year as these two teams battle it out, and it's always a fun one here in Warsaw. I mean, there's just no way around it. There has been no blowouts in this series over 7 years, and that speaks a lot to the strength of both programs, and it's been on full display here tonight. Well, it looks like the Lady Tigers will start the third quarter with the basketball. Lenny Krebs a little late getting out of that timeout, trying to stretch things out as long as he can. Finally, the Tigers are back on the floor. Warsaw is in the white here tonight, Norwell in the alternate road grays, and Warsaw will be working away from us here in this third quarter. No foul trouble really to speak of for either team. Todd has 2 for the Knights and Sanner with 2 for Warsaw, but that's really it. And the inbounds comes to Bailey Stevens, who's guarded by Kennedy Filling. Starters back on the floor for both squads to start this second half. Zoe Bergen on the left wing off to Egolf, top of the key. She didn't play much in the first half. Sanders been camped in the lane for a long time. And the dig by Johnson and the steal for Annabelle Johnson. Sander did not see her coming from the blind side. Tolliver left open in front of the Norwell bench. Left wing three comes up short. Johnson fights for the rebound. Backside foul called. And the Norwell fans do not agree. And Johnson
definitely thought we had a held ball there, not a foul, Derek.
Johnson picks up her first foul. I think that was a product of being from the backside of that play rather than from the front. So it is what it is. Goes against Johnson. 4-point game here, 30 seconds into the third quarter. Knights on top. They have been for the majority of the contest here tonight. Warsaw has briefly jumped in front here and there, little spurts. Egolf, top of the key, slides it left side Stevens, who works off a screen from her, and she will back it out. A slower pace to start this third quarter. A screen from Krebs. Stevens steps into an 8-foot shot that's well off the mark. Long rebound to Sander underneath the bucket. She turns and misses off the front of the rim, and Sander fell to the floor and walked. Just lost her footing underneath the basket. A good fight by Sander, but Tomaszek holds her ground, and she forces that turnover. And now a whistle as Krebs will make sure all the shoes are tied. Relatively light crowd here in Warsaw tonight on this Saturday evening. Early November. Always know that basketball season is back into full swing. Sectional title last night won by the Knights. And they're on to a regional next week against Brebeuf at the Courtyard on Friday night. Emily Todd, top of the key, bounces it into Johnson. Quick pass out to Filling, and she will hand it back off to Todd. Tolliver slides it left, and that's Kennedy Filling who lost the handle. Tolliver, tight defense by Warsaw in this zone. Starting this third quarter, it looks like a 2-3 zone, but it morphs sometimes. And that pass deflected out of bounds. The Knights will keep it. In front of some of the Norwell fans. About half the fans are situated on the opposite side from us, and the other half behind the Norwell bench. Kennedy Filling with a fake handoff. Will hand it off to Emily Todd. Todd slides it left, Tolliver between the circles. Off once again to Filling against Bergen. Tries to feed the middle. That bounce pass is batted up into the air, and Todd corrals it, straddling the midcourt line. Short corner it goes to Tomaszek. She releases in the corner to Tolliver. Tolliver trying to find space but can't, and the Knights will have to reset with Todd at the top of the key. Back again it goes to the short corner, Tomaszek. Flips it back out, Tolliver left wing three, well short. Offensive rebound saved in by Johnson, but it's into the arms of Bailey Stevens for Warsaw, and they're back the other way. Stevens quickly into the forecourt now will pull the reins a little bit. Down 4, 2 minutes into the second half, and they turn it over. Expecting Krebs to zig, and she zagged. And they were not on the same page.
The second half starting out a lot like the first half, very slow paced on offense, not getting a lot of scoring, but maybe we'll get back to the fast-paced, high-scoring offense later in the second half as we did in the first.
Well, and I think part of it was, Phil, that both teams found a stretch in that first half, especially in the second quarter, where shots were consistently falling for both squads. Annabelle Johnson between the circles. You hear Coach Thornton call out a play. And it sets in motion now as Tolliver releases to the opposite corner and gets it back from Johnson. Tomaszek in the short corner left, flips it out. Three on the way, right wing, no good by Feast. And the defensive rebound from Sander. Knights have been one and done here in this third quarter for the most part. Egolf shoved off the block, but she catches the bounce pass anyway. And now it's back out to Stevens on the Tiger Den logo, a couple steps in front of the Warsaw bench. She will send aside Egolf and put this play in motion herself. Defended by Feast. On the dribble, crossover, slides it left. Bergen holds it on the left wing and bounces it back outside Egolf at the top of the key. Egolf hands it to a curling Stevens, who curls down the right side of the lane and lays it in off the glass. The scoring finally underway here in this third quarter with a Zoe Bergen deuce, her first of the game. Coach Krebs said she adds length and quickness to the lineup and showcased it there as she draws Warsaw back to within 2. Kennedy Filling has not had a lot to shoot tonight. She has not gotten very many shots off at all in this first half, but she has the basketball here right in front of Coach Thornton on the left wing. Mackenzie Feast between the circles, off to Tolliver on the right wing. Knights have not had penetration in this third quarter. Feast on a screen from Johnson, gets it to the middle. Annabelle Johnson dribbles through traffic, throws up a wild shot through contact, no foul call. and it goes off the bottom of the rim, and Stevens clears the rebound for Warsaw. Stevens up and under, and the reverse layup no good, just leaves it short. Tomaszek the rebound for Norwell, and quickly they come the other way. Kennedy Filling a between-the-legs dribble. The Knights did not have numbers, so they won't take an early shot. Tomaszek on the baseline is bumped by Ava Egolf, and that'll draw the first Tiger foul the second half.
Starting to get a little bit more penetration here for Norwell, and that led to that blocking foul.
Yeah, and despite the scoring being much slower, the pace, at least with the relative few stoppages in play, has continued. That's only been 2 fouls in this second half. Kennedy Filling left unmarked on the inbound
Very
play.
nice inbound pass for a wide open three.
Yeah, and she's going to make that every single time. At least 9 times out of 10. That is just way too easy for Filling. Now Sander tries to respond. Left point three of her own, and the 6'2" kid steps out and hits a three. No kidding. And if Abby Sander can do that, that completely opens up the Warsaw offense in this second half. I mean, if you're Norwell, you have got to live with that and just move on, because there's no way you can defend her down low and on the perimeter. Kennedy Filling on the right wing for the Knights. Looking for help, bounces in the corner to Tomaszek. Her bounce pass is broken up by Sander, and Sander is tied up by Annabelle Johnson, and it'll stay on this end of the floor. Alternating possession belongs to Norwell. Abby Peterson checks back into the game for Warsaw, as Ava Egolf will step off. And Eric Thornton will call a timeout here. It's a 30, and we will take it alongside him and return after this break on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
We're here at Craigville Appliance celebrating the boys of fall. We love football season at Craigville Appliance. But with that being said, we know that sometimes it's a rainy, muddy day and you got to do the laundry when you get home. We know laundry stinks, but at Craigville Appliance, we've got the tools to take care of you. Come to Craigville Appliance or tell your friends to come over. We got brands like LG, Speed Queen, Maytag, Electrolux. The list goes on and on. Come to Craigville Appliance or check us out online at cappliance.com. That's C as in cat, appliance.com.
Back here at the Tiger Den, 32-30 Norwell with 3:17 left in the third quarter. It was 29-25 Norwell at the break, so not a lot of scoring in this second half. Norwell ranked number 5 in the preseason 3A AP poll. That's where they sit right now. Still in week 1 of the season, playing in their second game. Warsaw in their season opener here tonight. Annabelle Johnson on the inbounds pass for the Knights. Off to Mackenzie Feast. Warsaw settled into a zone once again. Feast tries a left point three and buries it.
Another three ball drops for the Norwell Knights, and it is heating up again here in the second half.
Feast has 5 triples tonight, a game-high 15 points, and Tolliver is called for a foul in transition against Kaitlin Krebs. Second foul against Tolliver. Tolliver, Norwell's leading returning scorer, made 63s a season ago. Eric Thornton said he hasn't had a grittier or more intelligent player than Mackenzie Tolliver. Looping inbounds pass comes down to Sander, and she dribbled the wrong way but scored over the top of Tomaszek anyway, and she has Warsaw back to within 3. 8 points, 10 points for Abby Sander. She's into double figures. Johnson cut off by Krebs. Warsaw still in a zone. Cross-court pass to Kennedy Filling, who throws up a wild shot that's well off the mark, and Tomaszek will come back inbounds to collect the loose ball on the rebounds as Stevens hit the deck. Feast from the left wing long. Offensive board, Tomaszek. She went through contact, did not get a foul call, and left it short. Now Stevens back the other way for Warsaw. Kaitlin Krebs transition 3 for the tie, and she missed it all. Yeah, surprising miss from Krebs. Rushed the shot just a little bit, and Norwell gets it back, clinging to a 3-point lead. This game's been uglied up a little bit in this third quarter after a really clean first half for being early in the season. It's just a very good early test and earmark to see where both programs are at with these young squads. Johnson curls a pass inside Tomaszek, out to Tolliver for a left wing 3, no good. Tomaszek keeps the offensive board alive, but it's finally controlled by Krebs. And Krebs will work it back the other way for the Tigers. Inside of 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Stevens left unguarded in transition, and she misses the left wing 3 off the front of the rim. Johnson the rebound for Norwell. And a
Looks
whistle.
like it's going to go against Warsaw.
I think so. Ooh, they called it against Johnson.
Oh.
So Johnson turned it over at the midcourt stripe, and Annabelle Johnson is whistled for her second foul just after the turnover. Knights still trail by 3. Bounce pass comes in to Stevens, who drives baseline around Feast, out to Krebs, a shot fake, dribbles into the lane, and she is tripped, I think, by Mackenzie Tolliver, who is less than pleased with the call. No, actually, it was Tomaszek that got her with the foot. Second foul against Tomaszek. Once again, neither team in foul trouble, although that is the 4th against the Lady Knights in this third quarter. 1:38 to go. Tomaszek will get a breather. And Lenny Krebs is going to use a timeout here. This is a full timeout, and we'll take it alongside him in return in 60 seconds on The Voice.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a longtime family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
Back here at the Tiger Den, Norwell on top of Warsaw, 35-32 with 98 seconds left in the third quarter. Derek Decker alongside Phil Fink here tonight. It's been tight all the way through, Phil, and it is going to come down to the wire, I think, here tonight.
I think with 1:38 left here in the third quarter, we are shaping up for a very exciting finish down the stretch here, and I think it could come down to a buzzer beater tonight.
Awesome to see this stuff in the first game of the season for Warsaw, second for Norwell. Inbounds from Stevens, left of the basket. Inbounds comes into Caitlin Krebs, and the pass was too high and off the fingertips of Sanner. And out of bounds as the Knights lay off. Lily Norris checked in at the timeout for the Knights. She's back into the game. Did not play in the first half, but saw a little bit of time earlier in this third quarter. That's Johnson, who is guarded closely by Stevens. Tolliver corrals the pass. Feast a no-look pass to Filling in the corner, but she did not get time to get a shot up. Johnson between the circles, loops a pass to the corner, where a three is off the mark.
Beautiful offensive board
from Feast. Johnson threw up the offensive rebound attempt and a shot blocked partially by Abby Sanner, and back come the Tigers in transition. In the corner, that's Peterson, who checked back into the game. Peterson, just the freshman, handles it out top for the Tigers, and now it's Bailey Stevens once again. The senior point guard for Warsaw that's playing basketball at Lawrence Tech next year. Nice pass into Stevens, who missed the shot. She was defended by Lily Norris, and now it's on the floor and will be tied up. Norwell could not collect the loose ball, and the alternating possession will keep it with the Lady Tigers.
Does look like on that shot, Derek, that one of the Norwell Knights ladies got their hands on that. Got a great hustle to get back there on what should have been a wide open layup.
43 seconds left in the quarter. Norwell leading by 3, led by 4 at the break. Krebs receives the inbounds pass. Between the circles, working against Kennedy Filling, who's been much more of a defensive presence than offensive outputter tonight. Peterson on the right wing, feeds it down low. Right block, Bergen turns and got herself too far underneath the basket and laid it up on the bottom half of the rim. And the rebound comes down to Norwell. Tolliver in the near corner, off to Filling top of the key, leading by 3. Knights could hold for the final shot if they want. Instead, Tolliver hoists a left wing 3, and it's short. Rebound is fought for and corralled by the 6'2 Sanner, who's larger than everybody on the floor. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Peterson drives front court, floats it down low, caught underneath and laid in by Zoe Bergen to end the quarter. And Zoe Bergen gets her second basket of the game to make it a 1-point contest. Heading into the final frame. Don't go anywhere. Knights on top, leading by 1. To the fourth we go on WellsCountyVoice.com.
In business since 1981, Barclay Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barclay Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barclay Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barclay Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674, or find them on Facebook at Barclay Builders, Inc. Let Barclay Builders get started on your Barclay Built forever home.
Fourth quarter here in Warsaw. Norwell leading the Lady Tigers 35-34. I don't think either team has had larger than a 6-point lead in this game. Norwell led by 6 late in the first half, and I think that's the largest lead for either group.
You are correct. 6 is the largest lead, and other than that, it has been a back-and-forth ball game, and we're poised for an exciting finish here at the Tiger Den in Warsaw, Indiana.
Yeah, we definitely are, and Norwell will begin the fourth quarter with the basketball. They had the alternating possession. And Johnson will bring it across for the Knights. Starters on the floor to start this quarter for Norwell. Warsaw's into a 1-3-1 zone, it looks like. Kennedy Filling tries to bust it with a 3 and misses from the left corner. And the rebound by Abby Peterson defensively to keep it alive for Warsaw. And they could take the lead on this possession. Would be their first lead since the second quarter. Peterson on the right wing. Off to Sander, top of the key against Emily Todd. And now Stevens left wing. Stevens feeds it back outside Krebs. There's a mismatch underneath because Tomaszek's on the opposite side. They finally realize it, and Tomaszek fouls Sander on the way to the bucket. And good realization there by Warsaw, good awareness to get it down low to Sander while she was mismatched against Tolliver.
That was a very good look, and it was a very good, honestly, I think a very good foul by the Norwell Knight lady coming over there to avoid an easy layup.
Tomaszek picks up her third, and Sander to the line. Sanders' first one is good to tie us at 35. 11 points now for Abby Sander. 63% shooter last year. Big double threat. She's had a lot of rebounds tonight and just recently got into double figures. Sander eyes the second one, and it will trickle home, and Warsaw retakes the lead. 36-35 here tonight with 7:20 to go in the contest. It's been a close one all night. Emily Todd flips it back outside to Johnson, top of the key. Tolliver keeps the ball on the move with a rainbow pass across the court to Kennedy Filling. And now Tolliver has it once again. Moving pass to Todd. That ball keeps moving, but nobody's looked for a shot yet on this possession. Tolliver catches again on the right wing. Kennedy Filling top of the key. And now Skyla Tomaszek steps out at the right wing. Kennedy Filling behind the back dribble on the left wing in front of the Norwell bench. Annabelle Johnson guarded closely. They haven't been able to break that zone yet. Todd dribbles to the short corner and kicks it back out to Filling. Now Todd will step in, 15-footer on the way,
good.
And she got it. And Norwell gets the lead as Coach Thornton was arguing for a foul on that as well. Emily Todd has her second basket, 5th point. Norwell on top by 1. 6.5 left with Stevens working against Annabelle Johnson. Abby Peterson on the right wing for Warsaw. Off to the top of the key where Sander holds it. And now it is Stevens once again against Johnson. Johnson got her hand in there for a deflection, but it comes out to Krebs, who goes behind the back, using a screen a couple times from Sander. Krebs drives baseline, reverse layup is good. Soft touch off the glass, and Warsaw's back in front. Caitlin Krebs with her first point since the first half, and now she has a team-high 14. And a bump foul called against Warsaw. And Bailey Stevens, much to the delight of the Norwell faithful, it's only the second foul against Warsaw in this second half. Norwell's got 5 of them. First foul against Bailey Stevens. And Mackenzie Feast back into the game. It's been less physical in this second half than it was in the first.
Very much so, very much so.
So one can understand the lower foul count for both sides. Feast will trigger the inbounds here on the NW of the Warsaw, left of the basket. Tolliver tries a left wing 3. It's short. Tomaszek the offensive rebound. Dribbles once.
And another foul.
Yeah, there it is. And this one's on Abby Peterson. Todd had collected it in the near corner, and it is Peterson picking up her second of the night, third against the Tigers in the half. Feast keys it in once again. And it goes into Tolliver. Feast gets it back from her in the near corner and dribbles to the top of the key. And the pass was errant, intended for Todd. It's picked up by Bailey Stevens. She goes coast to coast and lays it in with the left hand. And Warsaw has their largest lead of the game, 40-37. Quickly the other way. Kennedy Filling trying for the equalizer from the right wing, and she missed a three. And Sander gets the rebound for Warsaw. And they can build on that game-high three-point lead with 5.5 to go. It'll be interesting to see if Warsaw starts to slow the pace now in the fourth quarter. Sander top of the key. Tomaszek sunk back near the free throw line. Those two have battled all night long. It's been a fun battle to watch inside, even though the guards really kind of steal the show for both squads. 5 minutes to go, Warsaw up 3. Bergen at the right wing, hands it off to Krebs, who dribbles across the top of the key. Now Stevens penetrates into the lane, dumps it off Sander. One dribble, goes up, fouled. Basket doesn't drop, but she's off to the line for 2.
Thought that might have been a little bit of a loose call. Looked like the defender had her hands more straight up in the air, but they get the call and the shots.
Third foul against Emily Todd. And the next one will put Warsaw in the bonus for the remainder of the contest. Sander eyes the first one and flies it and hits it. Sander with a baker's dozen now to put Warsaw up 4. Norwell will now put everybody back on the line. They had a couple players standing out near midcourt receiving instructions from Eric Thornton. Only one player on the line for Warsaw, and Sander will get both. And Warsaw's lead is 5. 14 points for Abby Sander. 42-37, the Tigers are pulling away here. Danger time for the Lady Knights. This young team, how will they respond to the first adversity scene of the season? Feast hands it off to Mackenzie Feast, or to Tolliver rather, and Feast collects it once again. Todd a shot fake, drives into the lane, floats a left-hand shot off the glass, no good. Rebound Abby Sander for Warsaw, and the Knights have been unable to convert on several consecutive possessions here. Stevens will now set this play up, and I can't imagine the Lady Tigers are going to be in much of a hurry. Now Stevens gets around Todd and drives into the lane, missed it. Sander the offensive rebound, and the putback is good. And I'm thinking probably a timeout coming up here for Norwell. Sander has 16 points. Eric Thornton will call a timeout, and Warsaw has stretched their lead to the largest of the game, 44-37. We are back after a 60-second break on The Voice.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment 660-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Back here at the Tiger Den, Norwell led by 4 at the break, now trails by 7. Phil, this thing is in real danger time for the Lady Knights, getting desperate for a basket now.
I think what's the size advantage is definitely starting to help for Warsaw. They've got more inside looks from the 6'2" girl, and she's been converting on the mismatches inside.
Yeah, Sanders had an outstanding second half for Warsaw. It's 44-37, 3:59 to go. Norwell has the basketball out of the timeout. Both squads still have 3 timeouts to use in this fourth quarter, and the reset gets Norwell with a situation where their next foul puts Warsaw in the bonus for the remainder of the contest. Warsaw with just 3 fouls, so the advantage to Warsaw in that category as well here down the stretch. Annabelle Johnson receives the inbounds pass, and she will dribble across the timeline for the Knights, trailing by 7. Gets it into the near corner where Tolliver corrals it. Now off to Kennedy Filling, top of the key. Filling putting the moves on Bergen, drives down the lane through contact, lays it off the glass, no good, too strong. Rebound Zoe Bergen for Warsaw. And the other problem for the Knights has been they have been one and done here in this fourth quarter. No offensive boards.
And I also think Warsaw getting a little bit more of help from the referees on the contact, whereas Norwell's drawing contact and not getting the calls.
Peterson on the left wing for Warsaw. Bergen top of the key. Bergen hands it off. Stevens curls to the lane. Shut off by Feast. Feeds it down low. Sander catches on the left block. Travels, and the ball is knocked away, and Feast has it in transition for the Knights. Feast trying to go coast to coast and draws the foul and a trip to the line. Fourth foul against Warsaw here in this second half. And that one against Bailey Stevens, her second. Kenzie Feast has had a tremendous night coming out party for her. 5 threes tonight on the road. And the first one misses. You know, I believe Feast is the first player outside of Tomaszek to attempt a free throw tonight. And that would make the Knights unofficially 2 of 7 from the stripe. Make it 3 of 8 as Feast splits the pair. 16 points for the sophomore. Bailey Stevens receives the inbounds pass now. Norwell applying pressure, but Warsaw breaks it easily, and now they have a 3-on-2. Driving baseline Bergen, fouled by Tomaszek. And this will earn Warsaw a step to the stripe as Tomaszek picks up her 4th foul. I take that back. They actually got it on Annabelle Johnson, so it's only her 3rd, which is a good thing for the Knights instead of putting Tomaszek with 4. Bergen just 6 of 11 last year at the free throw line with a 1-and-1. Gets the front end. 5 points for her tonight. Only scored 15 points all of last year. Warsaw only has 1 offensive player on the line. 3 dribbles for Bergen. Second free throw good. 46-38. 8-point advantage here for the Lady Tigers. Half a dozen for Bergen. Knights are in need of a basket here late in the game. Johnson keeps her pivot foot and will send it off to Tolliver. She gets it to Tomaszek at the free throw line. She drives,
and
scores, plus the foul. Beautiful move from Skyla Tomaszek. That is something that has really evolved in her game. She caught it at the free throw line, then drove right down the lane and finished through contact. And the foul against Abby Peterson, the freshman, her 3rd. Tomaszek flies the free throw, no good, couldn't get the roll, and Sander the rebound. Knights are leaving points at the line, and that pass almost errant in the backcourt. Feast is defending Stevens, and now Stevens gets around her and shakes her off just for the ample time to get into the front court. Stevens Feast aggressive defense. Stevens probing and just kind of retreats to the perimeter and will send aside Krebs, who was gummed up over on the left side. A screen from Bergen. Stevens hands it off now to Peterson, and a screen out top from Sander. Tomaszek picks up her 4th foul on the perimeter, tripping Kaitlin Krebs. Well, you get the feeling if this thing comes down to a free throw battle in the end, Warsaw's been much better in that department tonight.
They have very much so been better at the free throw line. A lot of what hurts the Knights right now is the missed free throws.
Front end is good by Abby Peterson, and it's her 1st point of her varsity career. One more coming, trying to stretch the lead back to 8 for Warsaw, match a game high. She will. 48-40. Sub coming in for the Tigers, and it is Ava Egolf, the sophomore. Peterson checks to the bench. Tigers up 8 with 2:17 to go. Knights have to play with some intensity offensively and a sense of urgency. Kennedy Filling around a screen, down the lane. Filling scoops it up and got it off the window.
Beautiful drive and score.
48-42 as Filling cuts the lead to a half dozen. Sander having trouble getting it in, gets it in finally to Krebs. Krebs will sprint across the timeline and outlet pass. Bergen tries a 3 and missed everything. I don't know what she was thinking there. And it gives Norwell the ball back, trailing by 6. Kennedy Filling between the legs. Again drives down the lane
and draws the foul
against Abby Sanner, who picks up her third, and Filling, the good free throw shooter, heads to the line. Wait, they actually gave that to Egolf? Wow. Okay, so Egolf picks up her second. 62% Filling was at the line last year. And she missed it. Man, that has been a struggle tonight for Norwell. Early in the season, man. Filling did have limited attempts, so her percentage mark is not necessarily accurate. But she misses the first one here. Second one is good as it swirls home. Makes it a 5-point game. Norwell hanging around with 1:43 to go, trailing 48-43. Krebs a pass fake and then zips it into Stevens, who backs herself into the corner, and it's kicked by Mackenzie Tolliver in the backcourt. It's bounced out of bounds, and Warsaw will inbound from the baseline. Krebs guarded by Tolliver. Man defense here in the backcourt for the Knights. Krebs, almost an errant pass, corralled by the junior Bergen. Bergen back to Krebs, and Krebs will get it across the timeline to Sanner. Sanner in the forecourt right in front of the Warsaw bench. Krebs left wide open, but she's going to try to force Norwell to foul her, and Warsaw will call a timeout. Krebs was doubled by Johnson and Tolliver, and Warsaw will save the possession and hang on for a timeout. 48-43 with 86 seconds to go. Phil, Norwell has hung around. They've left a lot of points at the line, but this is the first time a young team has faced adversity here tonight. And again, Eric Thornton will learn a lot about this group here in the next 86 seconds.
Yes, he will. Down 8. They're back within 5. This game most certainly not over, especially the way the three ball's been falling tonight. A couple of breaks down the stretch could get Norwell right back in this contest.
It's been a fun one here tonight, non-conference battle. The home team has won the last 3 in this series after the away team won the first 4 games. It's very tight. Norwell leads the all-time series 4-3, and that's it. I mean, this has been as tight as it gets. Pretty much all of the games have been like this, where they've been close for the majority of the contest. Warsaw is such a good indicator of where Norwell might be at. Of course, the Lady Tigers, a much bigger program, a strong power in 4A. And this is why Norwell, it's one reason why Norwell has such good success in the 3A tournaments, because they're willing to come on the road and play these kind of teams early in the season, bolster that schedule strength. All right, Warsaw will inbound in front of their own bench with 1:26 to go. Inbounds will be keyed in by Zoe Bergen. Bergen finally gets it into Stevens back near the timeline. High pass to Bergen, back to Stevens, who dribbles across the opposite side of the floor. Ball loose. Krebs almost lost it in a foul against Kennedy Filling, and that will put Warsaw to the line for a 1-and-1.
I think she got just a little bit too aggressive there. They had Warsaw on their heels and bailed them out with a foul.
1:16 to go. Second foul against Filling. Sub comes in quickly. Ava Egolf back in. She started tonight but has not seen a ton of minutes. In fact, Peterson, the freshman, has been on the floor more. Krebs was a 76% shooter last year, and she gets the front end. And Warsaw has converted in all 3 front-end attempts here tonight. Two dribbles. Krebs will hit them both. 16 points for her, matches a team lead with Abby Sanner. It also matches Norwell's leader, Mackenzie Feast. They all have 16. Warsaw up 7. Kennedy Filling top of the key with 1:06 to go. Filling right side of the lane, off to Tolliver. She drives, bumped by Ava Egolf. And that's the last thing you want if you're the Lady Tigers, as that puts a good free throw shooter in Tolliver to the line. Peterson will come into the game for Egolf. Tolliver with an important 1-and-1 to keep this thing a ball game. And she misses the front end. And Sanner gets the rebound for Warsaw. And it has just been a huge problem tonight. Stevens in the backcourt, guarded by Feast. Stevens will dribble to the front court, loop it in to Bergen in front of the bench, and now Warsaw will pull it back out, and they've got this thing in full control.
They're going to have to start fouling here right away.
Agreed. Stevens time ticking away here, and finally Filling will come up and foul. It's her third foul, and she'll put the freshman Peterson to the line. Just 38 seconds to go, and Warsaw's up 50-43. A couple of free throws here would put this game close to being on ice. First one rattles home for Peterson. 3 points for her, all at the line here down the stretch. Although she's played a significant chunk of minutes for the Tigers tonight. Second one good as well. Peterson 4 of 4. And Egolf will come back in. That's an offense-defense sub. Obviously, Lenny Krebs is confident in the freshman's ability to make free throws. Norwell's got to go in a hurry. Norwell trails by 9, 34 seconds to go. Annabelle Johnson into the lane. Bounce pass underneath Tomaszek. She lays it off the bottom of the rim, no good. Johnson gets the rebound and walks. And that will turn it back over to Warsaw with 27.8 left. Lily Norris will come back in for the Lady Knights. Abby Peterson in that offense-defense sub for Warsaw. And Bergen will inbound here for the Lady Tigers. Bergen guarded by Kennedy Filling on the inbounds. Bounces it into Krebs, who keeps her footing. And she's tied up. But the possession arrow belongs to Warsaw. Took a couple of seconds off the clock. Warsaw's in the double bonus. Bounced into Krebs. She lost the handle. Ball's on the floor. Krebs picks back up. And fouled by Feast.
I think with her on that fight for the ball, I think that was a little bit of a loose call. Let them play a little bit of there on that possession.
Well, Feast is charged with her first foul. Warsaw with 23 seconds left. A free throw here would surely put this thing away and make it a 4-possession ball game. Lady Tigers looking to earn a win in their home opener and season opener against a quality Norwell team, but young. Krebs misses the first one. They're in the double bonus, so she'll have a second coming. Tomaszek back in for Lily Norris. Krebs bends the knees and will split the pair. And it's a 10-point lead for Warsaw. 17 points for Caitlin Krebs. Hand off to Kennedy Filling. Knights down 10. Off to Johnson. Into the lane. Flips it back out. Tolliver tries a straightaway three and misses. Rebound to Sanner for Warsaw. Johnson gets her hand in there and ties it up. So it'll go back to Norwell with 7 seconds left. But at this point, it's academic, as Johnson will key the inbounds. Eric Thornton has talked about her motor. Defensively, she gets after it. Sophomore just needs some experience. Tomaszek is fouled on the inbounds pass. About a half second came off the clock. Foul goes against Zoe Bergen. And Peterson will check back into the lineup for Warsaw as Egolf heads to the bench. Tomaszek with a 1-and-1. And she will earn the bonus. Well, the difference in this game will not be free throws, but in the stat line might reflect that, because the Knights have missed a lot of free throws here in the second half. Another miss by Tomaszek. Rebound by Bergen. It's out of bounds. Last touched by Warsaw. Knights will get it back with 3.5 seconds to go. Johnson once again will key the inbound. The Knights trailing by 9. Annabelle Johnson bounces it into Filling. Filling cut off on the baseline. Filling will not get a shot off. Warsaw will win their season opener 53-44 in a dandy here at home. They trailed by 4 at the break, and they come back to win here at home tonight. Phil, Warsaw with a hard-fought victory. They made the plays down the stretch. Neither team has a ton of experience, but Warsaw a step ahead here tonight.
Yeah, I think the biggest story in the second half for the Knights, which killed them, is they scored 29 points in the first half and only managed 15 in the second half. A lot of that came down to their shots weren't falling in the second half, their three balls weren't falling, and I think ultimately Warsaw capitalized on their free throws and Norwell didn't. The final score does not reflect how close this game actually was.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this game was tight all the way around, and Norwell just couldn't find the upper hand in the fourth quarter. Warsaw wins this thing by 9. We'll be back to wrap up the postgame show in just a few moments on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
Hello, Tim Stephan Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Stephan Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Stephan, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Stephan Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Stephan Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Stephan Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Tim Stephan is a registered associate of Thurston Springer Financial and is doing business as Stephan Financial Group. Tim Stephan and Stephan Financial Group are independent of Thurston Springer Financial.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Do you have the power to move your career? AAM's Bluffton manufacturing facility is quickly growing and looking for machine operators, assembly workers, and more to join them as they deliver power to move the world. Opportunities offer competitive wages, full benefits package, shift premiums, immediate paid time off, 11 paid holidays, and endless opportunities for growth and development. At AAM Bluffton manufacturing facility, the power starts with our people. Apply today. www.aam.com/Bluffton or call 260-824-6870. That's 824-6870 for more information.
American Mortgage Service Company, located at 1169 North Main Street in Bluffton. We specialize in helping individuals realize their dream of homeownership by providing a top-notch, best mortgage experience. We offer a wide variety of loan programs and the most current rates available.
Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 260-353-3000 or apply online at bluffton.americanmortgage.com. This is not an offer for the extension of credit or a commitment to lend. American Mortgage, NMLS ID 8246. Angie Top, NMLS ID 478736. Jessica Best, NMLS ID 613932. American Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
We're here at Craigville Appliance celebrating the boys of fall. We love football season at Craigville Appliance. But with that being said, we know that sometimes it's a rainy, muddy day and you got to do the laundry when you get home. We know laundry stinks, but at Craigville Appliance, we've got the tools to take care of you. Come to Craigville Appliance or tell your friends to come over. We got brands like LG, Speed Queen, Maytag, Electrolux. The list goes on and on. Come to Craigville Appliance or check us out online at cappliance.com. That's C as in cat, appliance.com.
As with any home improvement project, there are multiple decisions to be made that can sometimes seem daunting. Recently, Scott and I were ready for a kitchen makeover and contacted Dave Brenneman with Double D Home Improvement. By far, the easiest decision we made. We have worked with Dave with multiple projects over the years, but this was by far the biggest. Dave worked with us, not for us, and made the project better than I could have imagined. He gave me my dream kitchen. He helped with all of the decision-making process and offered suggestions we hadn't even thought of. If you are thinking about a home improvement project, call Dave Brenneman at Double D Home Improvement, 824-8593. That's 824-8593. Luxury living, apartment style, is now available in Wells County and Bluffton, Indiana. Premier Flats offers 1 bed, 1 bath, or 2 bed, 2 bath floor plans. They feature modern kitchens with stainless steel appliances and granite countertops, hardwood laminate floors, in-unit washer and dryer, walk-in closets, and dramatic 9-foot ceilings. You'll have access to a state-of-the-art fitness center equipped with everything you'll need for a great workout, including free weights, cardio equipment, weight machines, resistance bands, and yoga balls. The clubhouse features a resident lounge, coffee bar, and TV viewing area, along with a package retrieval locker with 24-hour security. The outdoor terrace has grilling stations, patio furniture, and a fireplace. We're working on our gated in-ground pool slated to open next summer. Make Premier Flats your new home today. Apply online or schedule a tour at our website, premierflats.com, or give us a call, 260-236-8621, or drop an email at premierflats@flco.com. Premier Flats, luxury living right here.
Thunder and lightning, rock and roll, even peanut butter and jelly. There are some things in this world that just naturally seem to go together. At Farmers and Merchant State Bank, it's you and us. That's why at F&M, we're always ready to partner with you on all your financial needs, from checking and savings to auto loans and more. Now that's pretty black and white. Farmers and Merchants, you and us. Learn more at fm.bank. Member FDIC.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Welcome back here to the Tiger Den in Warsaw as we put the finishing touches here tonight on a 53-44 Norwell victory, or Warsaw victory rather, over Norwell. Coach, not the result you wanted here tonight, but you got a lot of really good play from your sophomores and the underclassmen we were talking about prior to the game, especially Mackenzie Feast, who walks away tonight with 16 points and a feisty finish all the way to the end.
Yeah, it was a a tough loss for us. One that I wouldn't have any doubt in our kids, in what we were trying to do and how hard they competed tonight. Mackenzie played well. I like those shots we got against the zone. We could not get a little run going there. It really, when you're missing shots like that, it really compounds because their rebounding, the rebounding game separates. If we make shots, they're not getting defensive rebounds. We get a little bit more control of the game. We couldn't get to where we wanted to get to in the second half. And I love our team. I love the way we played tonight. It just doesn't feel like when you miss shots, it doesn't feel like maybe you played as well as you did.
Right. And I was going to say, this is also one of those, we talk about it all the time, it's one of those early season games with a young group that you get to come on the road and play a quality opponent. Obviously, Warsaw's got a good team here again. What do you take away from tonight, knowing that the Lady Tigers once again are going to be a team that wins a lot? This has been a close series. Every game that you've played in the last 8 years, they've always been quality contests.
I think it helps us moving forward and what it's going to take. We won this game for 3 quarters.
Right.
We're up 1 going into the fourth, and we've got to be able, as we said before the game, you have to be able to put 4 quarters together against good basketball teams. It's a great lesson for us. It's an early season lesson for us that's going to be invaluable for the rest of the season for these kids to go on the road, to a school that's almost 3 times the size of our enrollment. I love nothing more than to get to have this at the beginning. It's really something that this team will respond to going at home next week, and we've got a couple tough ones next week with a sectional opponent with Mississinawa. We've got a really good 3A, I think one of the best 3A teams in the state in Angola. Saw them a couple times this summer. I think it's invaluable that we could have this game on the road early in the season. Let's get a good test. We'll come out of this the other side just knowing what it's going to take. Let's put that 4th quarter together.
Norwell head coach Eric Thornton, thanks a lot for stopping by. Appreciate it. Best of luck next week.
Thanks a lot.
And that will just about do it for us here tonight. Thanks so much for stopping by, Coach Thornton. For Phil Fink here tonight as we wrap things up. Again, this is a tough fight here tonight by the Lady Knights, just unable to get over the hump. But again, as Coach Thornton said, there's a lot of positives still to take away for a young group.
Yes, there most certainly is. One of the biggest things in this one is, as I said earlier on, definitely a size advantage for the Warsaw Lady Tigers, but the Norwell Lady Knights did a very good job with hustle, and that made up for a lot of the size difference. And I think just kind of ran out of steam in the 4th quarter with their hustle, just led to them being a little bit tired. And maybe the fatigue might have led to some missed free throws there down the stretch too. Free throws were a big emphasis, need to be a bigger emphasis for the Knights going forward, because they left a lot of points out there from the stripe.
All right, that does it for us here from the Tiger Den in Warsaw tonight. For my partner, Phil Fink, that was fun. We should do it again sometime.
We definitely should whenever you need it. I don't care if you're covering an IU basketball game. I will drive to Bloomington at 6 a.m. in the morning to cover a noon game.
Phil Fink, for our owner Scott and Dale Mentzer, I'm Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of high school sports on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the continued support of our sponsors. Please use their services whenever possible, and when you see them, tell them thank you. Join us again next time on the Voice Enterprises.